Hello, welcome everybody. I'm Pavel Dukovny, and I'll be the host for today's coding show. And obviously, happy Halloween to anyone who's celebrating. I have my Halloween hat ready here, and we have some spooky good code and spooky good episode for you. I haven't been around for the last few weeks, but I'm back, and it's really exciting to start this episode. So first of all, we really like you to comment within the platform that you're viewing from. Where are you joining us from? How are you feeling today? Are you ready for some spooky Halloween based coding for today? And today we have BuildShip. And BuildShip is a great workflow building tool, low code, no code. And me, myself, I've been playing with a lot of no code and low code tools. And let me tell you, this one is really impressive. And today I'm really pleased to be joined by Harini, the co-founder and CEO of BuildShip, together with us to give us some insights and to show how MongoDB and BuildShip can build great AI products together. Hi, Harini.
Hey, hi. Great to be here.
Great to have you. Thank you for joining. It's really a privilege. I would say I was really impressed by the platform and having the co-founder on my show. It's really exciting for me. So I want to say I'm really impressed, and I hope our viewers will be very impressed in a few minutes.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and I'm super excited to share and build this fun project together with you.
All right, cool. So maybe we'll start by giving the stage to you to kind of highlight what BuildShip is, how productive it is, and what is the benefit of using BuildShip, and why should we use it with MongoDB?
Yeah, so BuildShip is a platform that lets businesses automate complex workflows, and it lets you do that visually without the requirement to know how to code. So you can think of like building your logic or cloud functions or backend APIs step by step visually like Lego blocks. And the interesting thing is here, you can be a non-technical user and collaborate with your team to build this workflow yourself without requiring to use code, or you can actually dive in and if you can be a developer and actually use this platform with code as well, because we have flexibility for you to use it any way you want. And we have lots of pre-built integrations to all the popular AI models, various tools, and you can use database like MongoDB on it. And you can essentially build your own custom logic blocks as well. And then when you're tested and built your workflow, you can ship that instantly as an API or a scheduled job or a backend task. And that kind of a flexibility to spin up things allows you to easily build fast, but also have that control to customize and extend with code as you need. Yeah, so we have lots of interesting companies building on BuildShip, and we have a large community of low code, no code builders who are the visual builders, building in this new way of building your ideas.
Nice, great. So I'm gonna stop sharing for a second. Um, Thanks. Yeah, and today we're gonna build some AI agents and build some applications around those AI agents. And specifically, we're gonna start by looking at what are the integrations with MongoDB that we can use,
Mhm.
and we're gonna take it from there.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So let me share my main screen. Um, yeah, let me see. I'm gonna move StreamYard to another window way I can easily share only the window that I want. And I'm here. Can you see my window? I hope so.
Not yet, I think.
Yeah. All right. Oh, okay. I didn't press the actual share button. Let me do that really
I like your
quickly.
hat, by the way. Super fun.
All right, yeah. So let me do that again. So I can share my screen and present, share screen. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go here. Yeah, and click share this time. Boom.
Yes,
Okay.
we got it. Yeah.
All right, great. So we can use MongoDB in various ways, right? We can start an action by actually kind of running a MongoDB trigger, which is really cool. It means that we can build a workflow that starts by some event that happens within our MongoDB database. And we can also do things like full text search, fetch documents, insert documents, do hybrid search, and a lot of cool stuff. So we're going to be showing some of those really, really neat capabilities here.
Yeah.
Um,
And
and
then these are some of the kind of pre-built nodes, right? Like I think you can insert data and do all these CRUD operations, but also you can make these your own by changing the logic block of how you want it to be. So we have
yeah,
like, all these search nodes, but we have seen some other interesting nodes people build themselves.
yes, and we have this specific article that we will share right after the recording as well that just guides you step by step. We have it also on the BuildShip website and we have it on the MongoDB website. It guides you how you build this search capabilities using full text search and semantic search, which is really cool. But in this show, because it's a particularly an AI show, I wanna particularly focus on building agents. And here I've played around. I've managed to create a few agents. And today I'm gonna just be using an agent that I was already playing with, but I'm gonna build it with the audience from scratch, which is gonna be really really fun. And when you log into BuildShip, you can see that on the left side you have your flows, right? Those are the flows that you can build, and then have some endpoint that will point to those, and then any application can use them. So we're gonna create a new flow. What should be the name? Like,
Yeah, I think so. Maybe we share first like what we are building. That'll be interesting, I guess. Like we can,
yeah,
um, yeah,
yeah. So we're building this AI agent that will be able to search for bookings and listings,
yeah.
and then we're gonna actually be able to create a booking draft out of the things that we find. So we'll be able to conversate with that agent, and based on our MongoDB data, we can actually store data in our MongoDB and query it.
Yeah, so like I guess booking agent or
Yeah,
something funny. If you wanna-
yeah. Let's call it booking agent,
Mm.
right? And this is kind of the back end point. So we can call it booking agent. Let's call it booking agent. And as soon as we create this flow, right, we need to pick a trigger,
Yeah,
right? So we're gonna use something like REST API call
yeah.
uh, to
So
start
trigger
the.
is like the starting point of the workflow where you get things kick off. We have also have like the MongoDB trigger. So if you want the starting point to be whenever a data is kind of written to MongoDB database specifically, that could be an interesting starting point. But for this, I guess we can use the REST API
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
yeah, the REST API one. We're gonna add the trigger, right? And how the screen is built is now we have this canvas where we can control whatever we're building. And the nice thing, as you mentioned, we can actually go and edit the logic, see the parameters that this node accepts and what does it output, right? And we can
Yeah.
access you can access the query, the body, the request headers, everything. So we can do authentication for endpoints. We can pass query parameters, body parameters. We're going to be building something pretty simple for the sake of the live coding, but you can go really robust here, right?
Yeah. So every node on BuildShip, you can actually dig into the code and change it. So that's kind of the flexibility aspect. We can, I guess, give this API a path for booking or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's call it booking agent, right? And it will have a post method, and then we can start adding the ongoing nodes. So let's say we're going to use the Claude Assistant one because I really liked it.
Yeah.
Claude Assistant. And here I have the documentation of the Claude Assistant. The documentation is really nice, by the way. It really guides you on all the levels of a specific node and what you can do with it. To people who are not familiar, Claude is a very good LLM provided by Anthropic. They have a very good agentic set of tooling, right? And BuildShip makes it even easier to code that because you don't really need to code. Um, and you can add a lot of pre-built BuildShip components as tools to that agent. And one spoiler alert is that we're going to be adding MongoDB components to our agent. All right, let's go back to our canvas, right? So right before I started all those projects, I did create some env variables. Those will be my secret. Okay, it's pretty easy to create them. I guess that even here you can just click the add environment variable and add a new environment variable, right?
Yeah, so they kind of get stored securely as in the back end, not on the front end. And what's interesting here is that this node that you just added, we kind of wrap up the whole Claude Assistant logic in this
Mhm.
visual format. So you don't need to actually deal with how the API is being called and things like that, but you can look at it if you would want. Yeah.
Yeah. But as soon as I done that, I taking my security stored Claude API key and provide it to my Claude Assistant,
Yeah.
right? And I share it across different flows, so I'm not making a mistake of where this data is coming from. It always
Yeah.
comes from parameter, which is
You can
really
also
nice.
like click on that eye information icon to understand each and every field, what it actually means, what you need for it. There is a helper icon on the right side of the node. Um,
Here?
the information panel on the right side, on the like the little blue box you see on the node.
Oh,
Uh,
this one. Oh,
the
this
one,
one.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
you kind of get like easy access to directly get your Cloud API and things like that. Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, so it kind of summarize whatever we see if we edit the node in its full-blown structure. Right. So we can give it a set of instruction now, right? We can edit that and give our assistant a set of instructions, which is kind of, I think people are familiar with it as the system prompt, right?
Yeah.
This is what will be provided as the initial instructions to the agent. And you can start by just having one sentence, but we're going to building something a bit complex. So I am going to copy paste my instruction from the already kind of uh, played with agent. It's quite long because it has some explanation uh, to the LLM about the where was my
The
okay
first one, the yeah.
yeah, maybe we should rename it.
Uh-huh.
It's Can we
You can
rename it
just,
now?
yeah, you can just click on the top, yeah, there, double click.
Yeah, let's do that. Call it live coding. Okay, so we will not be
Yeah.
mistaken. Um, all right, so I can come here and paste all of those. And the thing here is this is a pretty long text, but right, it's like as a property booking assistant, I help users find accommodations based on the search criterias. And then there's a set of steps that I want the agent to uh, to perform. And when we're finalizing the booking, we also we want to know how to search our data. So I'm giving examples of the pipelines, of the MongoDB pipelines that it can use.
Yeah.
So there's
What's
I guess.
interesting, yeah, it's interesting so you've done like a very detailed kind of prompt, right? Like this is like a job description for the um,
Yeah.
agent. So you probably spend most of your time in this whole thing crafting this prompt, I guess. Yeah.
No, I mean I've used one of the AI tools to craft
Oh,
it
yeah.
for me. I just gave it a couple of ideas and it crafted
Yeah.
it. I also copy pasted from that tool and there's like maybe some things that shouldn't be here, but the nice things about AI is they just understand what's relevant and what's not. So we're gonna just give this one a go. It's auto saved, right? So it's already there. Our user prompt will come from our body, okay, and not specifically for a body, but body.message or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really easy. So I'm taking the body element, which is a known keyword for the whole the body that will come to that post endpoint, and I'm looking into the message specific field, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to be using Claude 3.5 Sonnet. I don't know if this one uses the latest one.
You can edit that actually to, if there are more. So the thing is, like, obviously every day there's a new model launching. So if you want to use something different, you can change it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the name? I think it's
So
10,
yeah,
10.
I'm not sure. We can just use the 3.5 Sonnet, I guess. It will be the latest, I think. So you can actually double check by clicking the node editor. So if you click the kind of HTML kind of tag thing on the top of the node.
This one? Oh, this one.
Yeah, that one. So you can look at the node, and if you look at the inputs, you'll see what's the options for the drop down. So in the input tab, the one on the top. So you have the
Oh,
node logic, the inputs. Yeah. So here you can define what are the models that you want. I guess the 3.5 is using that one.
yeah. Let's see.
You can
Claude.
change it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Claude Sonnet 3.5 latest. Yeah. Introducing Claude 3.5 Sonnet. What is the latest version? Because it's really good. The latest one. You know what? I have it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it here. Yeah. So it's 1022. I was correct.
Yeah. Just
Let's try it.
recent.
Let's try it. Yeah. Let's.
So you can add another option for it, actually. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can change it here directly.
Yeah. So I was correct. Yeah. I'll just leave it. I'll leave it that way, or it didn't
So you can
save it
actually,
for.
yeah, ideally you should go to the node editor and then add another
Yeah.
option with
And
that so that it will show up in the drop down.
okay.
In the
So we're
inputs,
gonna
yeah. Yeah.
something like that, and then, oops, and then like that, and we're gonna do 22. Save.
Yeah.
All right.
Then it should show
Nice.
up. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And the thread ID will be something like body dot thread ID.
Yeah. So this is whatever is coming from your API. So you can define it there. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, we can now actually, even without having any MongoDB placed here yet for context, we can already test that out, right? We
Yeah.
can go to our body and say message. Oh, it was a message with them.
Yeah.
And do hello. And then do thread ID, whatever, 1, 2, 3.
I think, yeah, the thread, it needs H thread, I think. Yeah. Might have
Oh,
just,
yeah. It's good that there's another set of eyes on my coding. We should have an AI assistant that just looks at our screens, right? Computing just
Yeah.
might
Just correct us all the time.
scream at me. Oh,
Oh.
we failed. Maybe that's the new. Let's try this module.
Yeah.
Let's drive.
Sometimes the newer model also requires a change of the way the API is called. It could be it. One thing to double check would be, I guess
You know,
The
let me,
API key is another
yeah,
thing WWShip
yeah,
is.
let me double check. Let me double check that. So for that reason, I'll probably go here, do for a
Yeah.
uh, quick period. I'm gonna just close my sharing.
I noticed that you added the key from the environment variable. I wonder if you had stored it in the secret manager. So that's another place to look at. Um, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna. No, I don't think it's in the secret keys. I think it's only in the um it's only the variables. How do I edit the variable when I once I
You
create it?
just have to add new one. You can't actually look at the variable because of security, right? You don't want someone else
Mm.
in your team to edit and view it, right? So,
Yeah, yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna just edit that API key. I'm gonna do a variable and variable, add new variable. Um, no, it seems that I can change, I can edit one.
yeah, I think that, so that's why we kind of recommend the API keys in the secret manager
Okay, so I'll
um,
do it.
or the
Oh,
integration. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so I'll do it now. I'm gonna go and do uh, add. So I'm gonna go to the secret manager, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
And you can just add new one.
oh no, it is in the secret key.
Yeah. So maybe I think you picked up the wrong one. So if you pick up the secret instead of the environment, maybe you have the correct one there.
Mm, okay. Okay. Let me reshare the screen. Present. Share screen.
The fun of live building. Hopefully it works this time.
Yeah, yeah, no. I think it was something with the okay,
Yeah.
so we
So
edit
you can
that
delete that. Yeah. And then,
out here. Okay, so here it is.
yeah.
Okay, let's see. This one is saved, so we can test workload, building, executing step 100.
So I think one thing to do is in the previous version that you had, if you go, you can go and try that one. The one, yeah. So here also one of the things you can do is the way to debug typically is like adding um, debugging statements. So that's an option. But yeah, maybe I think if you can change the model and remove that one that was added, that's the only change that I can think that happened here. Um, and you can test individual nodes as well. So if you
Yeah.
can test that and give it some value to make sure that individual nodes are working before you test the entire workflow. So um, yeah, so you can remove the quotes actually, just the
Uh,
text. Yeah,
okay, just hello.
yeah, just hello or something. Yeah, I guess that some should do. Yeah,
Okay.
so it looks like it's working. So maybe the new model that got added, maybe there was some issue with that field. So now if you try to test the entire workflow, um,
Yeah, let's do it.
yeah,
Let's test our workload and running. No,
oh,
it's so maybe it's not recognizing my message or thread ID.
thread ID. So what you can do is actually remove the thread ID. It's actually not a required field. So get rid of thread ID both in the here as well as in the node. Yeah, just get rid of that. Let's try it out first. Just, yeah, you can clear that out.
Let's do here.
Yeah. Did they
Running.
deprecate some model? I wonder. Yeah, but let's. Okay, so it seems like the node is working. Um,
The node is working. Let's see if we maybe we need to add a return node.
oh yeah. actually. That's true as well. And
Yeah,
yeah, another thing is actually I just 400 typically means a service is not available. So you can also like ship the workflow first to test it.
yeah.
Um,
Let's skip it.
yeah.
No.
So
Yeah.
um,
Okay.
so yeah, if you add the return node,
Okay. I
oh,
already
that's another problem. Okay, looks like
like
it's being used.
yeah. Let me skip that.
Okay, so looks like actually there's another workflow with the same um, name. Okay, that makes sense. I missed that.
Let me see test workload. Okay, now
Oh,
it's working. Okay,
okay,
good.
good.
It's always nice to see how to debug, stuff, right? Because
Yeah.
it's
So yeah, I think you can basically see that in the log or like in the error that you get is typically an indicator of what is happening. And we also have the ability for you to add console log statements, so you can see in the logs at the bottom. So typically, what you do as a developer building and debugging, you could do the same thing but visually. And yeah, so you can expand one of those and see actually what happened. Maybe that would have given us the clue that
Mhm.
the path was previously being used already in some other agent. That looks like so and API was not available. So
Mm-hmm. All right. Cool. So now we can say something like, "Hello, I want to book NYC hotel." Okay. Okay, and test that workflow. And now this assistant is running, but right, and it returned the response. Let's close this one. Hello, right. So it goes into my instructions now.
yeah,
It's trying to see how many people will be staying in the hotel. Do you have any specific areas, right? And we'll,
so I
we'll,
think
we'll
yeah, now you can actually bring back the thread concept because you want to maintain the conversation because it's asking you follow-up questions. So you need like the thread ID, I guess. Yeah.
yes. So we're gonna bring back the dot red ID. And now it is saved here. And this is the interesting part, right? This is where we can add tools to our assistant. And we're going to be adding two tools, right? The first one is actually adding an ability to search on documents, right? So query MongoDB, right? When we do that, we easily find the MongoDB query collection node. So right, so this here you can edit what this thing is about to do. So I've played around with it, right? And it's like it has a default one, but we're going to change that in a minute, right? So as soon as you do that, you get the tool open here, and now you can add the values, right? We can use our MongoDB URI that is stored um, in our database, and maybe that's actually a good option to show our MongoDB database to our users. So let me share my entire screen. No, uh, I'm gonna go wild here.
Mhm.
Um, Entire screen, um, share. Um, cool. So we are seeing ourselves multiple times, trying not that. And here I have my database. Obviously, I have a lot of databases, but we're going to be using something called sample Airbnb. And I don't know if folks are familiar with this data set, but it's like a sample data set for um, for wait a second, sample Airbnb. Do I have here? I have only one document. Um, where is my database that I'm connected to?
There's another one I see that right on top of that one. Is that the one?
No, so I've oh yeah. So what is this one? Oh, this one has a has a typo in it. That's gonna make my day even worse. Probably drop this one. Yeah. Oh, I can't drop. I don't have enough authorization here. Okay, so this is the one, right? Yeah, nice catch. All right. So this is the database and this is the collection. So we have a bunch, or we have 5,000 different properties here with images and accommodation details, amnesties, who's the host, and there's a lot of information here, right? So we're gonna actually work on their data set, and we'll see how sophisticated AI can get when building with complex data sets. So going back here, we need to specify our database, right? So we can specify it through here, sample Airbnb, and hopefully this one is correctly spelled.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's good.
collection is listings and reviews, right? All right, cool. Now I'm going to use my MongoDB knowledge a little bit to play around with this, with the code here, because here you get a pre-built code to work with MongoDB, which is really cool, right? You have your inputs, which is our database, collection name, query, sort, projection. But I'm actually want to use an aggregation. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to change that, right? We can just call this key pipeline, have the label be named pipeline, right? And now we can place here a description. So let me go and just adjust the changes to the code that I've done, right? We've changed the query name to be pipeline. So we need to change that here as well. And we're going to see that it's actually highlighted this section as, problematic for now. In here, instead of using find, I can actually use now, aggregate. All right, and here I can use my pipeline, which will be an array. Okay, pipeline. Why doesn't he like?
I think if you go back to your inputs, just double check if pipeline is marked as an array.
Ooh, right.
Yeah.
Array. Okay, yeah. So a pipeline is an array of commands. So I need to go and change that. And now it likes me, right? It doesn't like me because I'm using a cursor. So I'm going to do here, I'm going to write await. And I'm going to do to array. Just boom, right? I want all the results back. Right? Okay. That was easy.
Yeah, and actually you can also test this kind of a node here in this mini version, just to make sure your node is working. No, on the left side, yeah, if you add some values, you can actually test it out. So we recommend doing that rather than like testing the entire workflow, then not knowing, so it just makes the debugging process easier.
Cool. Really cool. We can actually autofill with AI, and we're gonna see what it means in a second. Yeah, sometimes it it stacks the
Yeah, we have
pop-ups.
a new version coming out, V2, which solves some of these UI kind of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have actually making it even more easier with how you define inputs and outputs and things like that, and you can see it.
Yeah, listings and reviews, right? Okay,
Yeah.
pipeline. Let's
Is
do.
it a sample Airbnb? I just saw you added.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sample Airbnb. I'm deliberately planting bugs. That's it.
It's like a pair
Yeah.
programming.
Okay, let's do test, and we're now running this pipeline, which should just return one document back. And yeah, we oop.
Oh, I think if you go back, Yeah. So this is another thing we are actually fixing the new version with better debugging. So there is an error, I guess, in the way it showed, but it should already be saved, I believe.
Yeah,
Oh,
the only thing
no.
we didn't save, we
Oh,
didn't
okay. Yeah.
save yeah, so we'll quickly do that again. So maybe
Yeah.
one good thing is first to save any changes that we made and then test them, which makes sense. And I don't know why I didn't do it.
Yeah. Then array, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's benefits of doing second time. You can just do it faster.
pipeline. Let's change the code quick. So what we did is we did aggregate, and then we did pipeline. We did not use a cursor, so we did results, await, and to array. Nice. Okay, and then we just not using a cursor this time, so we're just getting all the results.
Yeah. And
Now I'm
let's
gonna
save it. Yeah.
save. Now I'm gonna save, and I'm going to yeah, to do let's do dollar limit 1, right? Because it's a good person. Maybe
So,
also, yeah,
yeah.
have yeah, I know sometimes JSON parsers have problems with our dollars. So yeah, let's just test that.
So,
Will it catch the pipeline? Yeah, it is.
yeah. So I think you need to, is that so you need to give a hard coded value. You can't pass variables in a test environment. So you basically just passing a value that you want to pick up. So here is dollar limit. Is that the just returning one value? Is that right? Okay.
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
test it. If it
Yeah.
fails, we're gonna fix it. That's the life of a developer. Or even a node code developer. If you're a node code, okay, yeah. So we got back our document. Nice. So we can see we can get back all the documents. Nice. So this node inside this cloud assistant can now fetch data from MongoDB using a pipeline. How cool is that? But how do we make it actually build a pipeline for us, right? And this is where the magic happens, right? So if I'll click here this button, or no, what did I
the
do? I need
the star, so the star kind of like the sparkling thing that you see on the left side, so what that means is you can have your fields be statically filled like you have the other fields, but some of the fields you want AI assistant to fill it based on the question the user asks. So this is the the prompt for that basically.
Nice. So I'm gonna go back to my already played with agent, and I am going to see what was the yeah. So I use this description. We can use the same, right?
Yeah, you can use that. Or you can actually go back, and if you want to, so there are two things, right? Like you want to define what this node does at a node level, and then this is like at the field level, right? Like I'm assuming if you go
Oh,
back
maybe
and
yeah.
at the
Okay.
field level, you might have some other prompt. So yeah, if you
So
do edit the description for this, the info, yeah, you can
I
change
can
that
play
to be that.
here.
Yeah,
Then let's call it aggregate collection, because
yeah,
it's really what it is doing. We're gonna save that, and then you say that I might forgot, but I might.
yeah. So if you click that one, you click again, yeah, it should show. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I remember that I've inputted like this thing. Let's do done. And going here, let's do this. Okay, so it's pipeline, and I'm gonna. So what I've mentioned here is I generally gave it like a document, like a sample document, so that the pipeline builder can actually know what the documents look like, and then the Claude assistant can use that and build something like this, right? Like match accommodates lower than 9, which means find me rooms that are for 9 people and less.
Yeah. I think so. I think one thing would be good to highlight here is that you have given this query collection as a tool to your assistant to use. You can add many tools like this, as many as you want, but effectively you're defining what the tool's job is, which is aggregating the collection, and then a specific field you're asking AI to fill based on the user's question of how you want to filter and build a pipeline, right? Like, so that two are like prompt, rest are like statically filled. They will not be changed by the assistant.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. So now we can test that again,
Yeah.
right?
And I think one thing to make change would be, yeah, the thread ID, and also in the response, yeah, you'll get that thread ID again. So you can use that again to continue the conversation.
Yeah, so let's say we're doing a new one and um, we're running this test. Oh, no, wait. Oh, okay. We already had this thread active, so we're gonna probably see something like hello again.
Yeah,
Um,
it's creating a
yeah, I have
new
already
thread.
Fusion. I understood you're looking for blah blah blah. What are the exact dates? Okay, so it wants to know what are the exact dates. Do you have a preferred area in NYC? What is your budget per night? Are there any specific amnesties? Do you have a specific chain? Right. So I'm gonna say, um, I'm gonna remove the hello. I'm gonna say I want an NYC hotel, July 1st till July 10th of 2025. Um, uh, and we are, I don't know, 4 people. All right, let's test it. Right. So now, hopefully, we're going to see that.
So I think one thing that happened here is, I feel in the yeah, so it's trying to find that tool, and you have defined this aggregate collection as the tool, right? I think one thing to make sure is in your prompt of the assistant, you define that, hey, if this condition enough happens, use this tool, so we can double check if the naming is correct there.
Hmm.
So if you,
I
yeah,
don't remember what I've done here. It says aggregate collection. So
yeah,
let's see. Yeah, I think I think I did mention it that it will go um to aggregate collection. But yeah, let's try
aggregate
and
pipeline. I think, yeah, it says aggregate pipeline. So just to make sure we use the same. So I
yeah,
just noticed that it's somewhere. Um,
yeah, aggregate pipeline. Yeah, so let's say yeah, aggregate okay, let's aggregate collection aggregate collection for MongoDB search. Um Yeah, I think there's also like some misspelling here, so I think I might copy stuff twice. Um, so let's, yeah, I think this one is duplicated. All right.
so
Yeah, I
yeah, I
think
think we can change the, instead of aggregation pipeline for, is
let's
that the
do
tool?
let's use aggregate collection for MongoDB
Yeah.
search.
So basically,
Uh,
we typically say that in this prompt, if you say like, hey, for this kind of scenarios, use this tool and that tool and so on, so that it kind of finds the right tool. So I think in your assistant is trying to find the tool, but it couldn't, because of the
all
new
right.
name. Let's try it, but yeah.
Yeah, let's try it again. Let's use a new thread ID.
Yeah.
Just so we're kind of starting fresh. Okay, so we're testing it out, and now we're gonna go here, and hopefully the cloud assistant will move to the aggregate collection. All right.
Yeah, now you see that it has found this. There is an indicator that it is played, and now it should come back, hopefully.
Yeah, we can always look at the logs, right, and
Yeah.
see what were the steps, and we see that
Yeah.
it
So in the
went.
previous one, it would have not found the tool, whereas here it has found the tool for you. So it has found aggregate collection. and responded. So if you click the test panel again, you'll see the previous response.
Great. I found some options that match your criteria. Here are 5 potential accommodations. Right? How nice. This comes from our MongoDB database. Right? So it was able to find things there according to our kind of request,
Yeah.
right? Which is really nice. And yeah, so those are the options, right? So now we can come and say, I like option number 3.
Do we need like a booking tool before we do that, or should be?
That's
We
how I
can
like to
try it. Let's see what it does. I'm curious.
do that. And obviously, as you code, you experiment, and
Yeah.
yeah. So it will ask, excellent choice. Option number 3. It is aware of the context now. So it asks, to finalize booking, I'll need a few more details. Your full name for the reservation, your preferred payment method. All right. Those are also part of the instructions that I gave
Hmm.
I said, for every reservation, I need to know, before I create the draft, I need to know what is the full name, and just how would that guest like to pay for the reservation. So we obviously cannot create the draft yet because we don't have the tool to create that. But we see that we are at this point where we can actually go and build that tool. All right, cool. Quickly build that. Hopefully that will be faster. Yeah, insert a document, right? Um, Again, the same insert document, insert the given data.
You could also like copy, maybe open BuildShip in another tab, and then because these prompts are easy to copy over. Yeah, can do
Yeah.
it from the go.
Oh, you're saying before I add this, I'm gonna just go to my um
Yeah,
go
you
to
can just copy
yeah.
over the.
I can open it in a new tab, right?
Yeah.
Right. And boom. Okay, and here we're gonna go back to our live coding. Okay, cool. So what did I've done here? Let's see. Can I copy this node
Yeah,
entirely?
you can actually. So what you do is on the three dots on that you see there, you just do
Yeah.
copy, and
Copy?
then coming back to this one, you can click the plus icon, and then you do the paste on the there.
Oh,
You should yeah.
yeah. That's super cool. That is
Yeah, now
super
you
cool.
should have everything filled ready.
Yeah. Yeah, everything is filled. Wow, really nice. How cool is that? Um, okay, so we can now go to here and say, I like option 3, and um, I'm Pavel Kovny, and I would like to pay at the hotel. All right. Uh, let's test that and see if now we are hitting the correct insert document node. So running insert document, nice. Okay, so all right, cool. So it says, great news, Pavel. I've successfully crafted a draft booking for you. Here's a summary. Booking name, blah, 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 number of nights, payment pay at hotel, and it calculated the total price and everything. How nice is that?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So you can, I guess, double check if it went through. Okay.
Yeah, let's go here. I already have played with that. So yeah, so I think this one is the document.
Yeah, awesome.
It's in the database. And now I can build my other flows already having all this information in my database, but just having a conversation. Like my user just had a conversation with the agent, and
Yeah.
it already done the research, gave them option, could kind of discuss with them what they need, and then they provided me the information, and I have all the context just here.
Yeah. So I think the interesting thing here is when you ship this, you got this endpoint URL, right? Like it's already ready to go. No need to figure out how to deploy and things like that. And then you can plug it in your app, either like a chat widget, which is popular, but then you can also have all these other experiences based on API, like a,
Yeah.
like form based expression or like an email based thing. We also have like a ready to use chat widget. It's open source, so you can take that and customize it. It just allows you to try it out and plug this with just a few lines of HTML code.
Yeah, very nice. So I did use it with V0, but I also used it with something called Bolt New.
Hmm.
So I don't know if you heard about this one, but
Yeah,
it's pretty nice. It has a kind of all this coding functionality built into the application,
yeah,
right? And and I just connected. I kind of coded that through AI, right? And I said
yeah,
today, here is my endpoint, and this is what it expects, and this is what it returns. Um, and yeah, I was able to create this AI booking agent, right? Uh,
yeah,
and and now I can basically talk to it, and it will respond, right? So it's almost the same agent that we've created just now, right? It just connects through the URL, the ship component. Oops, did I press something? I pressed the wrong one, I guess. Never mind. It's okay that we
yeah,
ship that. And now I can go through the same amount of questions. But what awesome about the things that the thing that we built, right? If I'm going to go just back, is that this aggregation node can actually perform a lot of stuff. Not only search for booking, right? Because we are here in the aggregation pipeline, we can ask it like, what are the supported countries,
hmm,
right? And it will
yeah,
go and it knows how to build a pipeline that will give me supported countries. So hopefully yeah, all right, cool. So it went and summarized my database.
yeah. It's a
Very
nice kind
creative.
of database chat with database kind of agent as well, I guess.
Yes. So now obviously I'll put my guardrails
Yeah,
somewhere with, just so that you cannot do everything. So you can answer only specific questions or only specific scenarios. But it's really nice that we can do that, and we can say what cities in the US. So I'm gonna run it, and it already knows that I'm asking a question about aggregating um, on cities,
yeah,
right? So it says I have New York, Ohio, Maui, the Big Island, and Hawaii, right? So that's really nice, right?
yeah. That's awesome. I think if I had to write a query, it probably would take longer. And I think this is also very easy to for you to at the backend level define what in the prompt what can be done, what cannot be done, as you said with guardrails. And you can also like control this app via front end as well as back end and authentication, all those as you kind
Yeah,
of secure the API.
right. So just before we close out the session today, because I think it was quite impressive, although we had a little bit of a rough start with the API. I guess that I wanted to show this thing that I've played with, and it's actually like a multi-agent appliance that I've built. So there's an agent that supervises other agents. So there's like an assistant that, maybe increase that supervises order, inventory, and can be other agents. So we can
Hmm.
actually have very specialized tasks for us, just using BuildShip, right? It's pretty cool that I can use things like switch and case, together with a lot of assistance.
Yeah. So we have like a lot of these programming kind of nodes where switch, parallel. We also have like an AI switch where you can actually let AI decide which path to take. And this is a great example. Like you have an agent deciding which other agent to use. So you can go as crazy as you want because of that, ability for you to build your logic. I guess we can also like create your nodes if you want to have like a specialized kind of node in MongoDB for specific kind of
Yeah.
action, or you can do that. Yeah,
So I just added here, JSON dot parse the response and get the agent. So that's the agent name. So the first agent decides which agent name should kind of handle the task. And then if the agent is order, then I'm going to go to the order agent and
yeah,
agent. Yeah, and if it's inventory, and then every one of those, right? It actually is fed with the response and the dot message. So the main Claude assistant just pipes on the message
yeah,
to the next agent. And this way we can add lots of tool, but to very specialized based agents. And I think it's a very hot topic today in the market, the multi-agent environments.
yeah. I think that the what we make it easy in BuildShip is that process of like how you can visualize. And I think the interesting angle is like you can build this agent and someone in your team can come and customize just the prompt. Maybe they're not technical to build this whole thing, but they can edit. And I think what we have seen interesting is like you can have developers build specific parts of this workflow only, then zoom in and do code if required. That has
Mhm.
been successful as well. Um, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that the next suggestion is to go and try it out, right?
Yeah, I guess you'll also be sharing the remix link. You can share remix link of what you built for people to try out. We have actually a bunch of templates as well for ready-made MongoDB
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
remix link.
yeah, you can
Check.
create like a public remix link that people can use. Um, it'll obviously strip out all your secrets and stuff, so don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I can. Yeah, I can basically go. Where is my window for the StreamYard? We're gonna see ourselves multiple times. I'm gonna stop my screen now. Screen sharing. Uh, yeah. So I'm gonna also uh, post this remix um, as part of the live stream details. But here we go. You can see it now on the screen if you want to tap it. Um, Obviously, go to BuildShip, and we have a specific link, buildship.com/MongoDB, and you can start explore how to use and leverage MongoDB with BuildShip. There's a lot of other integrations, which is really really cool, and um, yeah, I mean, also get to MongoDB Atlas because it's the easiest way to run MongoDB and connect it to tools like BuildShip. So I really encourage people to go and try Atlas, start your application. There's a full free tier. So actually, there's a free tier for BuildShip as well and for MongoDB Atlas. So you can just start your first steps like just hustle free, which is really really cool. And there's
Yeah.
some great packages for BuildShip and MongoDB. So yeah, it was really really fascinating.
Yeah, I enjoyed the session. I think it's awesome to see what you built in an hour. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see what others are building and happy to support. We have like a Discord community as well, which people can hop on and we can answer any questions and support the ideas that you're building.
Cool. All right, we just hit the top of the hour.
Oh, perfect timing.
Perfect timing. So once again, I want to thank you, Harini, for this impressive and really really fun um, live coding and demo that we've done here. And
Yeah,
hopefully that
thanks,
will.
Pavel. I enjoyed this as well. Thanks for having me.
And watch and stay tuned for some next activities that we might have with BuildShip, or we'll obviously have it. So stay tuned with us. Gonna definitely think about another episode to have Harini on, because that was really fun. Um,
Yeah, I love to. Think, yeah, I guess everybody's enjoying Halloween, so
yeah,
can stream
yeah,
back
we
in November. Yeah.
now go and build a Halloween costume agent to
Yeah.
post. I thought about doing this one, but yeah, I thought it would just take us a little bit longer
Yeah.
than an hour. All right.
Awesome.
All right. So thank you all for joining, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Right, bye.